The difference between when I started and now, I can't even put into words how different I am. I went from being the lowest I've ever been to genuinely like the most content and at peace with myself I can never remember being, but I can't even even put into words the difference. It is insane. It's night and day. It's hard not to talk about or think about without crying because it is just, it was life changing. I am so glad that I made this decision. It was the best decision I have ever made for myself, honestly. Before Reconnect Academy, I think I was at my absolute lowest. I think the way I described it to most people is that I was just on empty. I was on E. And just at the point where I knew I needed something, but I just didn't know what it was. And I thought it was, a big part of it was, sorry, I just had nothing left in me, nothing left to like give myself or anyone else. It felt like I was just constantly pushed to the edge and on the verge of just collapsing, I think. And I thought a lot of it had to do with my relationship with food. I was definitely very, very unhappy with myself, very just mentally and physically and emotionally just exhausted. And I knew a big part of it was how I was treating myself, but I had tried everything. Like I've spent 20 plus years trying to change myself on any every diet you can think of, and I failed all of them. At least that's like what I was telling myself. I knew that dieting wasn't working, but I didn't know what to do, and I knew I had to take better care of myself, but it was so hard. I just felt so spread thin that I didn't know how. The difference between when I started and now, I can't even put into words how different I am. I went from being the lowest I've ever been to genuinely like the most content and at peace with myself I can never remember being. And I just feel so much lighter and so much stronger than I have probably ever felt in my life. But I can't even even put into words the difference. It is insane. It's night and day. The thing that led me to Reconnect Academy was a post that Tara posted on Instagram. It said something along the lines of, you can't numb yourself in one direction. If you numb the pain, you numb your joy. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, because I knew I so desperately desired to feel joy again. I don't remember the last time. I couldn't even be able to tell you the last time that I felt it. It just hit me that if I could have some inkling of feeling the joy again, I would need to figure out how to handle the pain and not run from it, and learn how to deal with, what I was struggling with. I really genuinely did not, I don't know that I really believed it could happen, but I knew I had to try. It's hard not to talk about or think about without crying because it is just, it was life changing. Oh my gosh, there's so many lessons, one of the most important lessons I learned is that well, so many. I think one of the most important lessons is that I can feel the feelings. I can handle them and I can get through them. And I am strong and I am capable and I am worthy and I am so much stronger than I thought I ever was. And I genuinely can handle and get through anything that life throws at me. What I was missing in a lot of ways was that confidence that I could handle the hard things and that it was important and actually really necessary to handle them, to feel the hard feelings, learn how to feel the hard feelings so that I genuinely could experience the love, the peace, the joy that I desperately desired. The biggest thing for me was facing the things that I didn't realize that I had buried for so long, letting them out, like really processing and letting them out and really addressing the root of why I struggled with myself and with my body and with food. Had nothing to do with food. It had everything to do with the pain I was carrying, the pain that I was suppressing, the pain that I was running from. And once I understood that and I released it and I learned how to deal with it and handle it, I feel like that just opened up my life. Mama? Yes, love. It is amazing how in such a short period of time, how much growth can happen. I would not have believed it going into it, even though I was really hoping that coming out of it, everything would be fixed. And in so many ways, it is, because I know that I can continue to move forward with the tools that were given to me. I can always go back to them. I can always use them to focus on, different areas of my life moving forward. It's crazy how you can have so many different women with so many different past experiences and so many different areas that they're really struggling with in different ways. And to give you this gift of these tools to be able to use and like just universally be able to grow despite the differences it's actually really incredible. She's put something so incredible together in the community of people. It's kind of like that's where I think the inner growth and the work on yourself throughout the week and throughout the course is truly powerful. But the community, the larger community and like the smaller groups, like the connections that are formed with other people, it just is magical. It's magical. It really genuinely is so powerful to have everyone coming together and just bearing their souls honestly with each other, and then just the love that is shared and felt and genuinely like unconditionally given I struggle with finding the words with how powerful, genuinely powerful that really is. And the growth that you have with yourself, you grow that much more because you have other women who are growing with you and celebrating your own growth. So it's so genuinely magical. Like I can't think of any other word to describe it. Before I made the commitment, I really needed to know if this wasn't going to be another failure. I had a lot of voices in my head telling me, you've wasted so much of your life, so much time and money and energy trying to fix yourself throughout all these years, and how is this going to be any different? And how much shame and embarrassment and guilt and regret are you going to feel when this just turns into the same thing again? And everything in me was saying, don't do it because you will regret it. And yet there was just this little, I just kept being pulled inside of me. It's hard to describe, but there was also that little voice that said, you got to keep trying. You can't give up. You just have to keep trying until you find it. And what if this could be the answer? What if this could lead you to what you're desperately searching for? I think that the message that was different, and the reason I kept getting drawn to it, was the message, again, that Tara was saying, in terms of you can't numb yourself in one direction. You cannot numb the pain without numbing the joy. And I think that is the thing that eventually led me to this, was I need that joy again. I need that peace, and nothing else has worked so far, and this is different in some way. And so what if this is what I need? And I am so glad. I am so glad that I made this decision. It was the best decision I have ever made for myself, honestly.